Marcus Dunstan? Yes!
Since the formal announcement, I received so many emails and phone calls.
Hello? Hey! Can I put you on speakerphone? I'm being taped right now. Okay.
How's the last few days been for you?
Oh, I'm pretty out of my shoes. This is great.
This is an uncommon opportunity where the writers do get to witness the entire process. For that opportunity, the fact that we get to see this come to life, we are nothing but thankful.
Talk to me a little bit about the script.
We've filled this bar with people of rather odd wit, and they have the dirtiest reactions to the most horrifying of situations.
Feast is about an eclectic group of strangers in an isolated tavern that must band together to fight off a family of creatures.
It's like, finally, the weird boy gets to do something people will see.
You still are sort of waiting for someone to be like, well, yeah, sorry, we're just kidding.
Right.
It's not that good.
Waiting for William Hung to come out and go, how's it feel?
Bozo slowly takes a seat in his brother's lap.
I have a girlfriend I live with. We're seeing if we're compatible. We've been together for 20 years.
I'm proud of him.
We are a family unit who have developed together, and we share money, we share our dreams.
As far as my family being in Feast, obviously we thought about it. As a director, I would like all the help I can get, and certainly I think they're all great actors. Diane, Tom, my brother, my dad, I'd want them to be in there in anything I did, and I don't see why this would be that different. I've never really had a boss. I've never, worked with writers or camera people or production people. I do everything myself at my own speed, and so this is completely new for me. Today's the first day I came to work. This is the first office I've ever had to come to, other than, maybe an office I was actually living in, hiding from the super and stuff like that.
Hey! Orange, you glad to see me?
We saw where it's all going to take place. We saw the offices we're going to work.
Got some goodies.
Yeah!
So that's what it's ultimately about.
You guys going to put them out there, should be charged and ready to go?
Thank you. Look at this. I was excited. We've been waiting to work. Like, bring it on, come on. We're dying for it.
I can't believe this. This is just... Is that Bruce Hornsby?
We went to the Miramax Dimension home office, and we met with Andrew Rona.
The other side.
Nice to meet you again.
Andrew Rona is the head of production for Dimension. He works at the New York office, works very closely with Bob Weinstein, who's the co-chairman of Dimension.
So congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
I actually wanted to just meet you guys because I live in New York, so you probably won't see much of me, but a lot of what I have to say will be influencing your lives for the next year.
Good.
Good and bad. Do you guys know how much debate went into who was the finalist and how heated it was? Honestly, John, there's some things about you that we were very concerned about. We picked you based on your short films. You're very talented, but there's definitely things that we were concerned about. You weren't very articulate or vocal about what you thought specifically.
I'm not good at auditions.
Yeah, but now you got to. Now you got to speak up.
Right.
You're going to have 50, 60 people staring at you, and you're going to have to be strong and speak your mind, because that's what the director does.
Andrew said some things about, not having total faith with me. It's a little bit different, and, it kind of hurts a little bit.
We're making a movie, and we'll do what we have to protect our investment and not to look bad. Because at the end of the day, this is going to be a Dimension film, and we got to have a good movie. There was a lot of debate about your script as well, and quite honestly, I think the big concern was how are we going to make this movie for the budget we're talking about? Yeah. Because we gave the script to our internal physical production people. They're like, oh yeah, you need $20 million to make this movie. You're crazy, you can't do this. The reason we picked Feast was of all the ideas we had, it seemed to be the one that we could actually work with. It was actually a marketable idea. I think there's a lot of funny characters. So given that, that's the basic elements of what you need to make a really commercial movie. It's going to be difficult, for the three of you guys and working with Joel and Mike to figure out how to make this movie. You're going to have to make some major changes. I think the script is extremely flawed. I think that but everything that we do from this day forward is about the script. So it's script. We're going to be very tough on you. We're going to do whatever it takes to make a good movie. So if it means you guys keep writing, and we feel like we have to have the script rewritten by somebody else, we will do it.
It was kind of a reality check. Now we have to deliver, and if we don't, then someone else obviously will.
You guys got to sit, lock yourselves in a room, and figure out how you're going to do this. Ultimately, all that matters is how good the movie is, not how many writers wrote it.
Can you fire us?
We can fire you.
Is the show over?
No, we'll just bring in a replacement. I mean, this is real. There are no rules. Like in the earlier seasons of Project Greenlight, they're not seeing a nurtured sort of lovey-dovey environment. We're trying to make something that's going to make money. It's up to you guys. You can take this, and this could be the first step in your very, very successful film career, or it could be, an interesting experiment and a failure, and you guys will be, a joke.
My name's Joel Soissone, and I'm one of the producers. Mike and I work quite often as a team. The company that we work for and own is Neo Art and Logic, which has had a relationship with Dimension for about 8 years.
Pre-production on a low-budget movie is huge. We only have a few weeks to do the casting of the film, create a monster, find our locations. There's so much to do, we don't even know what the budget of this film is.
We could still remove things from this movie and bring it in on budget. Mike and Joel and Jim Glander, who's our physical production executive at Miramax, and myself had a budget meeting to talk about the realities and the logistics of this budget.
This is the most important part of the producer's process initially, to get the budget approved so we can go into pre-production and make a movie.
I have not been given any other mandate other than it's at least $1 million, and last year it was $2 million.
It is Battle of Shaker Heights, plus creatures, plus a badass set, plus digital effects, plus extra shooting time.
We've picked a script that the studio's telling us cost $20 million. Now we've got to take that script and cut things out of it to get it down to $1 to $2 million. That's just stupid.
You picked this script, guys. You were the ones. We're just telling you what it costs. We picked a script called Feast. It had like a bunch of monsters and a bunch of people in a bar, but we don't want any more monsters. We can't afford the people in the bar, and we can't afford the bar.
You can't sit there and be like, $6 million, that's it. That's as low as we go, because it's not as low as you go.
If we go and do the $3 million Feast, let's not be making like line cuts to the script. Let's go with a machete and change the whole nature of what this is.
I'm telling you, we're gonna have to take more out of this. There's no way we're not gonna have to take more out.
It's gonna be gutted.
I think the mistake in this process is to go in saying, hey, this script is expensive, give us this amount of money. I think the other way to look at it is, okay, get the script in shape, and perhaps we'll come up a little bit on the money in order to actualize your vision.
All right.
Peace.
Thanks for everything. Now's the time when everything is supposed to start at a feverish pace. Our first script meeting, I went in there with a specific agenda of what I thought right off the bat we needed to address, both from a budgetary and a creative standpoint.
Do you have any extra scripts around here?
Aaron, who wants one?
Two writers need them. Yeah.
That is so typical.
You think? I'd remember to bring a friggin' script. Yeah, blew that. Stupid.
Beasts. I know all of us have spent a lot of time sweating the specific details of what these creatures are, where they come from, what their morphology is. I could care less.
I think we knew going in that it was expensive, but I think through reducing the amount of creatures, I think in the draft, we're actually succeeding in bringing it down to a more manageable level.
I would love to be able to tell our creature effects designer we're making 3 and then a couple squirmy things in a sack.
We have to still electrocute one of these things. I mean, John, what do you think? How do you think we could do that sort of economically yet visually interestingly?
I don't know, but again, it's that thing of if there's some way to do something that where we can kill it more interesting. If you had a monster coming this way and you were crawling along, that way on the ground, and and then if people did have to retreat, back into the, an area that they, had a bad experience with, but then they can run back out, sort of, that kind of thing,
John by no means inspires confidence. He's not the guy that everybody is assured, feeling particularly good about at this point. If anything, we got more worried. I want him to say what he specifically needs.
I think there's about 3 weeks for a rewrite. I don't want to say at least, because I think that's the biggest figure that I've heard in terms of a rewrite is 3 weeks.
Marcus and Patrick have a lot of work to do on the script. Not only do they have to make it cheaper, they actually have to make it better as well, because we have to somehow convince Dimension this movie's worth spending extra money on.
And obviously in this situation, we really can't waste a minute.